I am back with yet another video about Project Curie, the brand new game that Star Stable Entertainment is working on. We got new job listings and with it new information and other juicy stuff. Let's get into it. So, to start right off, we have some new concept art. As always, I enhanced the image to make it clearer, and we can see some really interesting stuff on here. We have a rebellious looking character, a city landscape, and yet another magic pet that looks kind of like Anubis. You know, the Egyptian god of death. Which is kind of dark, now that I think about it. But this Anubis looking pet also has a bunch of runes all over it. At first sight, I actually thought it was a rune stone. But these runes are all just a bunch of eyes. Do you think this reflects the animal's abilities or something? I mean, why just eyes? Let me know your thoughts on that. But another thing that really caught my attention in this image is that there is an overlapping text on the bridge, and it says something pretty strange. To cant alone is as to plow without an ox. I'm sorry, what? I can't even begin to analyze what that means, because that makes absolutely no sense at all to me. If you can figure that out, then please tell me. But now, moving on to some actual information, because there are some new things brought up in these new job listings. In one of my previous videos about Curie, I mentioned that since SSO is so successful, they will probably want to follow the same kind of recipe for this game. And well, that kind of is confirmed with what they're saying here. Our flagship MMO Star Stable Online is in its 10th year of continuous updates with a community that continues to grow in size and passion. That's our bar for success. This makes it sound like they're gonna run Curie in a similar way as they do with SSO. In terms of things like different types of subscriptions, weekly updates, and a purchasable in-game currency. We can probably expect to see the same kind of prices as well, but at this stage it's too early to say. If this game is one of a kind and there's no competition, then that might affect the price tag. Or maybe they learned something from the SSO sales numbers. Point is, the price could vary, but I would go into this expecting the same setup as with SSO. When it comes to game content, Curie is gonna focus on storytelling, where we are the ones telling the story. This means that we're gonna have a butterfly effect, where our choices in the game affect how the story plays out. Not only that, but it sounds like we're gonna have a lot of creative freedom when it comes to how we want to tell that story. They even bring up unscripted tabletop games as an example. This is a really intriguing idea to me, and I'm very excited to see how the butterfly effect will play out in an online world. What if I change the world around me? Will other players be able to interact with my world? Or will everyone just walk through my stuff because they don't see it? In which case, that would kind of burst the bubble, wouldn't it? And what if I want other players to be part of my story? Will we be able to tell stories together? And if yes, how will that affect things? Overall, I'm just really curious to learn more about this. So the next question would be, what do we have to work with here? What kind of tools do we have in this world to tell our story? Obviously, we've seen all these magic pets, so surely we're gonna have them play some kind of part in our story. But besides that, the information that we have is still very limited. In fact, we have more information about what it isn't than what it is. But at least it's something, right? So here's what's new. Curie will not have your typical sword fights and combats or any sort of violence, it seems like. However, they do still promise that it will be packed with drama and explain that they're gonna push the boundaries of what is playful gameplay. Besides, judging from the concept art we have so far, it does look like there's gonna be some sort of action. I don't know, they're clearly thinking way out of the box with this project, so there's no way of telling what they're actually up to here. Before ending the video, I also want to do a little bit more speculation on the target audience for this game. In case you don't remember, they describe it as an underserved audience. When the first concept art came out, I kind of just shrugged and said, oh well, I guess they still consider girls to be underserved. But since then, I've thought about a different possibility. What if these characters are not necessarily girls? What if the underserved audience is the LGBT community? The reason why I'm thinking about this is that Star Stable's interest for the LGBT community seemed to have peaked recently. In SSO, we've seen that the opening credits have become gender neutral, we have been given they/them pronouns, and in the Wildwoods quest, we were introduced to a non-binary character. Plus, if you look at the homepage for Project Curie, all the team members have their pronouns listed, and they keep using words such as inclusive, queer, empowering, and personal values when they describe the project. I feel like this last sentence says it all. It's an interactive haven where I can be me and you can be you, any form of you that you want to be. As soon as you realize this, you sort of get a whole different idea about what this game really is. It's something that is modern and inclusive and something that we've certainly never seen before, just like they said. I think what they're trying to do here is to create the most magical world where you can do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, and where you will never be judged for being yourself and doing the things you like. We have yet to discover what exactly this means in terms of gameplay, but I have a feeling that this is what they're going for. And honestly, it sounds like an insanely good idea. If they execute this right, this could actually become the next big thing. And I hope it does. Anyway, that would be everything for this video. If you want to check this information out for yourself or keep yourself updated on this project, I will leave a link to the site in the description. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this project, if you're excited, what you think they're planning, or any other thoughts you may have about it, so make sure to leave that down below. Other than that, you know the drill. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, I'll see you around. Bye!